Hey guys, Jared here. Sorry it's been so long.
Bloop.
Where have you been?
Well, I've been busy doing finals, and then I had to pack, and then I had stuff.
That's not a good excuse at all.
I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I could have made videos, but I just wasn't really in the mood.
We'll get back to her.
Okay, I will. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. It's just been really hectic in my life right now. I know that's not the greatest of excuses since now I'm on summer vacation, but nothing goes as planned. And so, yeah. I wanted to talk to you guys about expectations today and how nothing ever lives up to your expectations unless you're like, oh, I never expected this. But that never really happens. So it's not that it never happens. It can totally happen, and like if it does, good for you, but in my life, it just never really happens, which is kind of sad, but don't feel bad for me because I feel bad for myself enough for all of us. So anyway, I was packing to go home from school, which, as you can see, I'm not in school anymore. I'm in my room that's barely big enough to fit one bed, let alone all my stuff. So I was packing everything from school to take home, and I was going through my desk drawers, which I never use, and I found this thing called the boyfriend checklist, which, can I just tell you, is a horrible, horrible idea. I made it right after my boyfriend of however many months broke up with me, and I was really upset. And my way of dealing with it was creating this list of all the things I want in a perfect mate. I decided that it's really unfair to hold people you haven't met yet to this imaginary checklist of things, because that's not really fair to them, and it's also not really fair to you because there are some people who might not meet all the things on your checklist that could be totally cool people, and if you decide to hold everyone to this list of things that they need to have, and you don't give everyone a fair chance, then you might miss out on some really cool people. And your checklist is probably flawed, like mine, especially if you made it in a angry fit of rage and bitterness. So even though I made this checklist in a hugely ragey state of mind, I decided I'd read it to you just because it's kind of funny and makes me look like a complete douchebag. So don't think I think like this anymore, but just to let you know, my thought process after I get broken up with is thus. Boyfriend checklist item number 1. Can sing well. Evidently, my perfect boyfriend also needs to love video games, which is kind of a big deal. He also has to let me win at said video games because when I lose, I get cranky, and when I get cranky, I get all rage quitty. And no one likes a rage quitting boyfriend. This next one is bad, I'm gonna leave it to the end just because you guys are gonna judge me really hard. Pretty teeth. I like guys with a really cute smile. Next item on the list is has career goals. So no bums. And nobody who wants to aspire to be a bum. I was in such a bad mood that I wrote, not a dumbass. Fair. At least one piercing or tattoo, except I spelled one on. At least on piercing or tattoo. I told you I was in a bad place. A bad, bad place. At least 5'10". You must be this high to ride my emotional roller coaster of love. High body temperature / cuddly. Which I guess, that one's not bad. So that takes me to the one check mark that I left alone earlier because it's quite embarrassing and it makes me feel really bad, and I don't know why I would ever put this, but evidently I'm huge into attention. And I guess that according to number 4 on my checklist, that my boyfriend must be sexy, but not sexier than me. What am I thinking? That's so douchey. Please don't judge me too hard. I was in a really dark place. A really dark place, you guys. The moral of the story is, this boyfriend checklist is complete crap. And you should never, ever, 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 ever hold anyone that you haven't even met yet to a list of standards that you made for someone who doesn't exist. I can't tear it anymore. Boyfriend checklist is gone. The reason I decided that my boyfriend checklist was so stupid was because I actually met someone who only met 5 of the 10 requirements for being my boyfriend, and yet I still liked him enough to think that he would be good boyfriend material. Turns out, like all men, which are like parking spaces, while the good ones are either taken or handicapped. And this one happened to be emotionally handicapped. And that's not his fault, so I'm not mad at him or anything, but quit playing games with my heart, men. This is twice in 1 month. I've been faking happy this entire video. I have Charlotte, the duck. And she is who keeps me company at night. Charlotte, I love you. But I guess I just wanted to share some wisdom with you guys that I learned about myself, that you should just let things be. Feelings are feelings. You can't really help how you feel. You can't help how other people feel. However much you try to control everyone else's feelings around you, you can't do it. So just don't try. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I have nothing funny to say. I have nothing funny anymore. I'm not funny ever again. Just kidding. I'm going to try to make a video every Friday, and hopefully they'll be funny since I have nothing better to do because I'm unemployed, out of school, and totally single, with nothing better to do than sit in front of my camera and make videos for you guys. So in closing, don't be insecure if your heart is pure. You're still good to me if you're a bad kid, baby.